Do you know what really happens when you live alone after turning 80? Many people imagine it's quiet, peaceful, and full of freedom. But the truth is, life can be very different from what you expect. Living alone at this age brings challenges that people rarely talk about. It takes honesty, courage, and flexibility to face them. In this video, we'll talk about 9 hard truths about living alone after 80. Some might surprise you, others might sound familiar, but all come from real stories and real seniors who've lived through it. We'll look at everything, from the pain of loneliness to worries about health and safety, so you can understand what it's really like. Stay with us until the end, because you'll also learn simple ways to cope and live well, even during the toughest times. Let's begin. Truth begin. The weight of loneliness living alone in your 80s can give you freedom that many younger people envy. But with that freedom often comes deep loneliness, a feeling that's harder than most people admit. Days can feel long and empty, especially when family visits become rare and friends move away or pass on. You might miss hearing another voice in the house or wish you had someone to share a meal or talk about your day with. Loneliness isn't just emotional. It can harm your health too. Studies show that feeling isolated can raise the risk of depression, anxiety, and even heart problems. Without someone nearby to check on you or remind you about your medicine, small problems can quickly become big ones. Sometimes, a whole day passes without a single phone call or visit. Even if you try to stay busy, you may still feel an ache for connection. Take Harold, 83, for example. He spends most evenings sitting by his window. He talks to his daughter once a week and tries to stay positive, but some nights the silence feels heavy. What he misses most isn't talking. It's simply having another person there. Someone to share a laugh with, or just to feel seen and cared for. Even if you're independent, facing every day alone can be harder than you expect. Experts suggest making small habits that bring connection, chatting with neighbors, joining a local activity, or calling someone each day. Loneliness is real, but by noticing it and seeking moments of warmth, life can feel less empty and more meaningful. Truth Tutti. The challenge of daily chores tasks like carrying groceries, doing laundry, or even taking out the trash can become hard, both physically and mentally, especially when your strength, balance, or energy aren't what they used to be. Every chore takes more planning and effort. Sometimes it even takes courage, because you know there's no one nearby to help if something goes wrong. Simple things that once took just a few minutes, like making the bed or sweeping the floor, can now feel like big, tiring projects. You might start putting off certain jobs, letting them pile up, or feeling upset that your body doesn't move the way it used to. That frustration can sometimes turn into embarrassment, making it hard to ask for help from family or neighbors. Many older adults want to stay independent, but they also start to realize their limits. Take Irene, 85, for example. She used to love keeping her home spotless. But now changing the sheets leaves her out of breath, and carrying laundry down the stairs feels risky. She's proud that she still takes care of herself, but she also worries about what would happen if she fell while doing chores. Like many seniors, Irene doesn't always tell her children about these struggles. She doesn't want to bother them or admit how much things have changed. Experts say it's important to be kind to yourself and ask for help before small tasks become dangerous. Many communities offer services that help with cleaning, meals, or errands, support that can make life easier and safer. If you're still watching this video and finding it helpful, comment the number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Your support helps us keep creating videos that inform and inspire. Now let's move forward. Truth 30. The fear of falling and injury as you get older. One of the biggest worries about living alone after 80 is the fear of falling or getting hurt with no one around to help. Every step starts to feel more careful. Whether it's getting out of bed at night, stepping into the shower, or reaching for something on a high shelf, you might notice a new sense of caution, or even anxiety. That's because the results of a fall can be serious when you live alone. A single slip could mean lying on the floor for hours, or even days, waiting for help. The thought of being hurt and unable to reach the phone is frightening for many seniors. This fear isn't just about getting injured. It can slowly take away your confidence. You might start doubting yourself, avoiding certain activities, or giving up things you used to enjoy. Many people begin walking more slowly, keeping lights on at night, or sleeping with their phone close by, just in case. Consider the story of Ed, 84. He never used to worry about moving around his apartment, but after a small fall in the kitchen left him bruised and scared, everything changed. Now he hesitates before walking down the hallway. Even simple pleasures, like tending to his little garden or standing to cook dinner, feel risky. That kind of fear can quietly creep into daily life, turning your home from a safe, comfortable place into one filled with hidden dangers. Experts suggest making small safety changes around the house. Add grab bars in the bathroom, use non-slip mats, and wear shoes with good grip, even indoors. Technology can also help. Emergency alert systems or smartwatches can give peace of mind, knowing that help is just a button away. The fear of falling is real, but with a few practical changes, you can move more confidently and enjoy your space again. Truth 40. The reality of health setbacks. When you live alone after 80, health problems can turn from small issues into big challenges very quickly. A simple cough, fever, or dizzy spell that might not have mattered years ago can now feel serious. Without anyone else at home to check on you, notice you're not eating well, or remind you to call the doctor, it's easy to ignore symptoms until they become emergencies. Taking medicine on time, remembering appointments, and managing your health all fall on your shoulders. You might start feeling more tired, or find that daily routines take more effort than before. Even asking for a ride to the doctor or picking up a prescription can feel like too much sometimes. Take Patricia, 86, for example. She's proud of being independent. Last winter, she caught a cold and decided not to tell her son. She didn't want to worry him. But within a few days, she became dehydrated and too weak to get out of bed. It wasn't until a neighbor noticed her curtains were still closed late in the day that anyone realized something was wrong. Patricia recovered, but she learned an important lesson. Living alone means being honest about your limits and asking for help sooner rather than later. Experts recommend keeping a list of emergency contacts in an easy-to-find place, updating family or friends about your health, and calling for help right away if something doesn't feel right. Health challenges are a hard truth of living alone, but facing them early and planning ahead can help you stay safe and healthy. If you're still watching this video and finding it helpful, comment the number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps us keep making videos that inform and inspire. Truth 5. The challenge of meal preparation and nutrition. For many older adults who live alone, mealtime becomes one of the hardest parts of the day. Cooking for just one person can feel like too much effort, and the joy of sharing a meal with someone often fades away. You might find yourself eating the same thing every day, relying on frozen meals, or even skipping meals, especially when you're tired or not very hungry. Over time, this can really affect your health. It's easy to stop buying fresh fruits and vegetables, reach for foods high in salt or sugar, or forget to drink enough water. And when there's no one to notice changes, like weight loss or poor appetite, these habits can go unnoticed for months. Poor nutrition can lead to lower energy, a weaker immune system, and changes in mood. Take Martin, 82. He used to love cooking big family dinners, but after his wife passed away, he lost interest in cooking and started eating only sandwiches or canned soup. Before long, he felt weak and tired. A doctor's visit showed he was low on vitamins. Things began to improve only after a friend encouraged him to join a local lunch group for seniors, where he started eating better and feeling like himself again. Experts suggest planning simple, healthy meals ahead of time, keeping nutritious snacks nearby, and using meal delivery services or joining senior centers that offer group meals. Even sharing a meal with others once in a while can lift your mood and help you stay healthy. Eating well is a real challenge when living alone, but with a bit of planning and support, you can stay strong and nourished. Truth 6. The struggle with motivation and routine. When you live alone after 80, staying motivated every day can be one of the hardest challenges. Without the regular company of family, a partner, or visitors, it's easy to let your daily routine slip. You might find yourself staying in bed longer, watching more TV, or putting off small tasks, especially when there's no one around to notice or encourage you. You may start each morning with good intentions, but the quiet and stillness of the house can make it hard to get going. For some people, even the things they once loved, like gardening, reading, or taking a walk, start to feel like chores, especially when there's no one to share them with or celebrate the little things. Without structure, it's easy for days to start blending together, leaving you feeling tired and unmotivated. Take Betty, 87. She always loved knitting and spending time in her backyard. But after her best friend moved to an assisted living home, Betty found herself drifting through the day, unable to stay interested in much of anything. She missed the small reminders and encouragement that come from being part of someone else's daily life. Experts say that building a simple routine, setting small goals, and finding ways to keep yourself accountable can make a big difference. Even writing a daily to-do list or scheduling regular phone calls with a friend can bring back a sense of purpose and structure. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, comment the number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps us continue creating content that informs and inspires. Now, let's move forward. Truth 7. The burden of financial worries. Managing money after 80 can be stressful, especially when you live alone and every dollar matters. Fixed incomes, rising medical bills, home repairs, and everyday expenses can all pile up. There's often a constant worry that one unexpected bill could throw everything off balance. Without a partner to share the responsibility or help make financial decisions, it can feel like the entire burden rests on your shoulders. Many seniors find themselves double-checking every expense, delaying repairs, or feeling anxious about what might happen next. The fear of running out of money, facing sudden costs, or being tricked by scams can be overwhelming. And sometimes it's not just about the money, it's about pride and the desire to stay independent, even as prices rise and savings stretch thin. Take Walter, 84, for example. He worked hard all his life and saved what he could. But now, with property taxes due and his car needing repairs, he faces tough choices each month. He wants to stay in his home, but constant worries about bills make it hard for him to relax and enjoy the independence he worked so long to achieve. Experts recommend keeping a clear budget, talking to trusted financial advisors, and asking for help early, before a small issue becomes a big problem. Truth 80. The challenge of staying safe from scams and strangers living alone after 80 can bring new risks that you may not have worried about before, especially when it comes to scams and dishonest people. Sadly, many scammers target seniors, trying to take advantage of their kindness and trust. These scams can come in many forms: phone calls, fake letters, door-to-door salespeople, or even strangers knocking at night. Having to stay alert all the time can feel tiring and stressful. Scammers are often very convincing, making it hard to know who to trust or how to say no politely. Even everyday tasks like checking the mail or answering the phone can bring worry, especially if you've already had a close call or know someone who lost money to a scam. For many older adults, the fear of being tricked adds an extra layer of anxiety to daily life. Take Dorothy, 89. She always managed her own bills and felt proud of it. But one day she received a fake letter that looked official and ended up sending money to a scammer. Afterward, she felt embarrassed and didn't even want to tell her children. The experience made her more cautious, but it also made her feel more isolated, afraid to trust anyone new. Experts recommend a few key steps. Never share personal information over the phone or online. Be careful with anyone who asks for money or pressures you to decide quickly. Talk openly with family or friends if something seems suspicious. Many communities also have workshops, hotlines, and local programs that teach seniors how to recognize scams and stay protected. While it's important to be cautious, it's just as important not to let fear cut you off from the world. A little awareness and care can help you stay safe while keeping your independence and peace of mind. Truth 90. The bittersweet reality of memories and grief after 80. Living alone often means long, quiet days that bring old memories to the surface. Some happy, others painful. The photos on the shelf, the favorite chair no one else uses, or the familiar smells of your home can all bring back moments from the past. Many older adults find that grief never really goes away. It simply comes and goes in waves. Losing a spouse, close friends, or even a beloved pet leaves an emptiness that touches everyday life. Holidays, birthdays, and anniversaries can be especially hard. There's comfort in remembering the past, but it can also feel heavy when you realize how many people and moments now live only in memory. This emotional truth is sometimes difficult to talk about, especially when others encourage you to move on or focus on the positive. Take Ruth, age 90. Every morning, she still talks to her late husband as she pours her coffee. She keeps his favorite mug on the shelf and finds peace in keeping up their small routines. But there are days when the pain of loss feels just as sharp as it did years ago. Ruth says the hardest part isn't being alone. It's how memories can flood in all at once, mixing joy with sadness. Experts encourage honoring your memories instead of pushing them away. Celebrate the lives of those you've loved, and reach out for support when grief feels too heavy to carry alone. Support groups, faith communities, or even a trusted friend can help lighten the burden. The bittersweet nature of memories is something many people face when living alone after 80. But those same memories can also bring strength, wisdom, and a deep appreciation for the life you've lived. Final thoughts as we come to the end of this honest conversation. Take a moment to reflect on these 9 truths about living alone after 80. Which one touched your heart or made you think about your own life or someone you care about? Facing these realities takes courage. Recognizing them is the first step toward finding real help and support. You're not alone in your struggles, and there's strength in admitting what's difficult as well as what's hopeful. Even with these challenges, life after 80 can still be filled with meaning, connection, and simple joys. Each truth is also an opportunity to ask for help, to reach out to others, to build new routines, or to find comfort in cherished memories. Remember, everyone's journey is different, and there's no shame in leaning on others or discovering new ways to find happiness. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts mean a lot to us and inspire us to keep going. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs, encourages, and inspires. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next